How about this one, Shane? SEC West Showdown. We got a trophy game here. Number 7 LSU at Arkansas. Them Tigers, Shane, favored by 3.5. Over-unders 62 total points. And no, not a night game, as much as we wanted it to be one. Noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on ESPN right after College game day. Last season, Arkansas won 16-13 in Baton Rouge. But LSU leads the all-time series 42-23 and two ties, believe it or not. Who you got in this rivalry game that LSU doesn't claim as a rival, but I know Arkansas sure as hell does.
Yeah, and I think Arkansas's got LSU right where they want them, overlooking them. Just another team, just a bye week. Come up there, get a victory, get your trophy, and go home. That's what they think this thing is, and it's not. You're walking into a hornet's nest there in Arkansas. It is a noon game, which I think pays. Obviously Arkansas has had some slow starts throughout the season here, but they can't afford to have that this game. Arkansas has got the pieces. We've said this all year long. It feels like we say the same thing because we know we've been willing Arkansas to victories that just never come to fruition. They have the tangible pieces to go toe to toe with a team like LSU. And LSU has an opportunity to fall off. They've been playing great, and once you start buying into yourself and signing more NIL deals, and everybody's talking about the SEC championship. I've heard more people talk about SEC championship this week than I have Arkansas football. That's exactly what Sam Pittman and company want. So I think this is going to be a really, really close game, man. I do. I think this is going to go round and round, and it may come down to a final 2 drives here. And I think Sam Pittman really needs this victory. I think the players need this victory. The fans for sure the hell need this victory. But it is so hard to bet against Kelly and company, man, because these guys keep finding ways to win, and he's got. I think it comes down to quarterback play. And if you had me at the start of the season, I'm giving KJ the trophy, and he's my man. But I can't say that this week, man. I think KJ's the second best quarterback on the. Hell, he may be the third if he's injured. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So. That being said, I won't drag this one out either, Arkansas. I think you play them close. I do, but I still think that Kelly finds a way to get the victory. LSU 31, Arkansas 28.
You know what Arkansas's really got going for them, I believe, Shane, in this matchup? You lost at home. You got your ass kicked by Liberty. I know the final score was close, but really you got your ass kicked, particularly in the first half, and dominated at the line of scrimmage where you're supposed to be a strength of the program. But I think, Shane, when you lose a game like that, when you're kind of the laughingstock of the SEC for that week, what you want, Shane, you want a top 10 team, a rivalry game, one that, like I said, LSU does not even consider. They think so lowly of you, you're not even a rival to them. This is exactly what you want if you're an Arkansas Razorback. Come in here. If you're a man, you come in here and you'll bounce back and you got something to prove to LSU this week. And I really do think this is going to be one of the most competitive, hard-fought ball games of the weekend. You mentioned KJ Jefferson. That's kind of the big question mark. Is he banged up? Is he going to play? That looms large over this football game, no doubt. Rocket Sanders, we have got to get him back going. One thing I don't think a lot of people outside Arkansas are paying attention to, Shane, Jadon Hazelwood, Matt Landers, both those receivers, all off season. Arkansas, they losing Treylon Burks. They don't got receivers.
Right.
Both those guys are in the top 10 in the SEC in receiving yards right now. So they have got some big-time weapons on the outside. Again, it's all about that running game, though. We saw that last week. If you can't run the ball, you ain't got a prayer on Arkansas's offense. So, that is something that LSU, their rush efficiency is 104. So Arkansas should be able to run the ball in this ball game. It's going to make it for a competitive ball game. Again, KJ's status lingers so large in this matchup, though. Yeah. It's hard to know how to predict this one. And I think, Shane, Brian Kelly deserves all the praise he's getting. Mm-hmm. No one saw this run coming from LSU. I don't even think Brian Kelly saw it if he was being dead honest, you know?
Yeah.
But you know what Brian Kelly don't know, Shane? He don't know week in, week out the grind of the SEC while he was at Notre Dame. They have a big win over Southern Cal, then they get Navy and Syracuse and all these garbage teams. You know, they had to play 2 tough games a year. In the SEC, he could be in
Every
for
week.
a rude awakening that as soon as you get that huge win, man, you got another one coming right to sucker punch you when you're not seeing it. So this is going to be a hell of a game. I think pressure now on LSU. Like you said, we kind of said the same thing about Tennessee. LSU, Shane, they cannot. You can't be winning by 1 or 2 points against a team with a subpar record and sneak into the college football playoff. You just can't.
Right.
And you may be looking ahead to, you certainly hope LSU's not already looking ahead to Georgia because they got to finish the deal. But, that is something to consider, how this team responds to just a huge, huge win. Jaden Daniels is playing out of his mind. He's going to be tough to stop. But, this is something we always talk about, Shane, with when a team faces a quarterback like that the week prior, maybe that gives them an advantage. Mm-hmm. Well, this Arkansas defense, Shane, they face it every day in KJ Jefferson. So it don't matter who they faced last week. They got the best prep you can get for Jaden Daniels. So This is going to be a hard-fought, tough ball game. I am a hair away, Shane, from picking Arkansas with the outright upset. I really do think they can win this game, and I would do it, Shane. I honestly would if I knew KJ was 100% good to go.
Yeah.
But I got to go with LSU here, and Razorback Nation breathe a sigh of relief. They get pissed off every time I pick Arkansas to win a game now, so I'm doing them a favor, picking you to lose at home. I like LSU to win and cover, but remember, this is just a 3.5-point spread, so I'm going LSU 28, Arkansas 24. I think this is going to come down to the wire, though. I really do.
Oh, man. You and them Razorbacks. You're gonna be buried with them, ain't you? Just eventually, I go woo pig all the way down. So, no, I do. I just hate that this game's at noon. I really do. I thought it was a night game. It should be a night game because I really do think if this were, everybody'd be watching a tough fought ball game. Mm-hmm. People are going to overlook it because it's at 12, and that's sad. So, but anyway, man. Still going to be a hell of a matchup. We got it close. Vegas has got it close. So we'll see how this thing plays.